welcome to Facts Not Included, where you can get all your opinions or something. I don't know how that works.
I don't know why you're sounding like one of those Looney Tunes characters. I just can't name him.
Do I sound like a Looney Tunes guy?
You do. I just don't know which one.
No, I don't know. I could do probably a Looney Tunes voice, but this is not the time and place, Michael. So we are here. I mean, you click the episode. You know what you're listening to. We're talking about movie theaters and whatever the name of the title is. I don't know. Yeah, so we're here to talk about movie theaters and like our experiences with them. And because you know it, folks, I go to a lot of movie theaters. I go to a lot of different ones sometimes. More in the past, not so much recently. I've gone to new ones, but and I know Antonio's gone to his good share, and Mike too. So that's what we're here to talk about.
What would you consider your favorite movie theater? Like your
Currently?
go-to? Yeah.
Currently, my favorite. So for those that don't know this already, we are in New York City. Like we live in the boroughs. So we're going to be talking about movie theaters that are primarily in New York. My favorite movie theater currently. Shout out to the amazing Regal Theater on 42nd Street, the Ewok.
Really?
In
Is that
Manhattan.
really your favorite?
That is my. If we're in Manhattan, and I need to go see a movie in Manhattan, it's not IMAX. It is it's probably my go-to. Like I try to make us go see movies there as often as possible, only because I like it a lot there. I like it out there.
Now it makes a lot more fucking sense.
Also, they're not as expensive as some of the other theaters in the city, so there's that. Now, I say that as an overall score because I'm talking about price. I'm talking about seating. I'm talking about an overall good experience, and the concessions lines are never that long. As an overall experience, that is my go-to and favorite movie theater now. And it doesn't mean that I don't have other ones that might top it for other experiences, but that's like my overall bang for your buck, good time, that place. Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good theater, the Ewok. It's neat, it's clean. You got the reclining seats.
Yep.
Screen picture quality is good. I just don't like how there's the popcorn. There's no customizing the popcorn. Like once you get the popcorn, that's it. Like you can't add butter, can't add salt. Like there's no condiment options.
What are you talking about? There's condiment options.
No, there isn't. There's no like butter machine.
Well, I don't know about that because I don't need the popcorn, but I know there's salt and pepper and.
Well, yeah, I guess you can request it, but it's not like.
No, it's on the side. You just always walk past it.
Oh, it's in packet. Yeah, but it's in packets. Like.
Where else would salt be in? Mike,
Mike wants like a salt shaker.
You
on
want a
the
catered
side,
Yeah.
What theater do we go to has that?
No, there are. AMC.
The 40, yeah, dude. The AMC, the 42nd Street one we go has a legit salt shaker.
We don't go to the 42nd AMC.
We do sometimes.
No, we go to the 34th Street one.
Oh, 34. Yeah, you're right. 34.
I hate the 42nd Street one because of my one experience there.
That one's kind of raunchy. I've been there a couple of times.
It's weird. It's also in an old theater, so they had to like redo the whole place when they made it.
But wow. I don't know, dude. I need if I can't customize my popcorn,
Yeah, because you're a big popcorn guy.
I am. It's gonna dock some points if I don't get the popcorn the way I want it.
You know me, guys. I don't eat popcorn. I can't even finish a small. So, and you're a guy that could down a large in like an hour.
I mean, when we saw Age of Ultron, we saw Infinity War. I got the largest of everything. There was like a $16 combo of like ultra soda and ultra popcorn bucket.
Yeah, they do that for a lot of the big movies. They did it for Solo. I'm sure they're gonna do it for like Aquaman or something. Yeah, no, that's a bit excessive.
Yeah, no, it is. I'll never do it again. Like, I just feel like too much like shit after I consume the popcorn.
So Antonio, you are a popcorn guy too, but you're not a hard ass like Mike, right? Are you?
What are you talking about for popcorn?
Yeah, in regards to.
I mean,
because it's true, right?
Okay. I will say this, right?
Yeah.
I'm a person who likes large quantities of food.
No,
right? I'm a
yeah.
huge foodie. Like I love food, right? Like that's who I am.
I do too, but
right?
you go.
Right. Like you guys both know, knowing me for this long, I'm a fat piece of shit, but I don't look like a fat piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, lucky.
So.
Lucky you.
Yeah, like so Antonio's the guy to get like Mike and I actually spoke about this the other day. You're the guy that gets wings and a burger and is like, I want more.
No, I will say this before getting into movie theater stuff. Like, both like like 2 months ago. My friend, was working on stuff to go into grad school. He was nervous about getting a recommendation letter from one of his former professors.
Yeah.
So, and I was going to be in the Brooklyn Heights area anyway. So I say, hey, look, his school's in that area. I'll meet up with him to calm him down. We'll get like a drink, we'll eat some food and whatever. So we went to my favorite local bar in the area. You guys know who it is. It's O'Keefe's out in that area. And so I went. We ate food. I ordered a 20-piece fucking hot wings and a large and burger and fries. Right?
What?
I downed all of that. Mind you, also after that, I was meeting up with a couple of other friends to eat ramen. Right? And I ate my ramen. Like I ate all my ramen. I was full and I felt like shit, but I ate it and I had a great time. So, and then after that, I still drank too. So, like, and beer. It's not like alcohol. Like beer fills you up too.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yep.
That's me. Like that's me on a regular basis. Well, not regular basis. That's outlandish, but normally, right? If I go out and I'm hungry as hell. So when it comes to my popcorn, right? Like I'm kind of like Mike. I'm a popcorn connoisseur, so the quality can be shit in a sense, right? Because nowadays most people, they have the butter shit on the side, they have the salt stuff on the side for health reasons, diabetes and high cholesterol.
Yeah.
So my problem comes with theaters giving me a medium-sized popcorn and calling it a large.
Oh yeah, that
is my problem. And then you're charging me large prices.
Where's that at?
Like some AMC's used to do that.
And also, from what I know from experience, the AMC popcorn's not as good as a Regal popcorn. It's weird.
No, it's not. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I don't know who they're buying their brand is. I don't know.
I think it's it's probably what they're frying it in too.
Maybe
the oil, yeah,
possibly.
Because popcorn oil is like usually coconut oil.
Really,
and that's usually like the most flavorful. That's what gives you that like, this is good popcorn. I think it's coconut oil.
That taste.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Keeps you coming back for more. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, the Regal we go to, like, they give like the sizes are pretty damn good. Like, if you get the large, like it's a good size.
Yeah, Regal seems to be consistent in all their theaters when it comes to that.
Yeah. So if your popcorn is a medium and you're calling it a large and it's not good, you're already docking. You're getting docked points for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my whole thing on popcorn, right?
So I have a list of like theaters that came off the top of my head that I wrote down before we did this episode, and I'm looking at them
Good or
now.
bad? Good or bad?
No, it's just a list of theaters that came into my head that I remembered. I forgot another one. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the list and talk about each of them because I'll be here for an hour or 5. But like Mike, I don't think Antonio has, but Mike has. So there used to be a theater near my house. The
one you talked about a lot, right?
Yeah, the one was like across the street. So it was a United Artists. So basically, it was a Regal because the same company. They own all their stuff, and it was no joke. Every day after like 6:00, $8.75 a ticket. Before 6:00, it was like $6.75 a ticket.
That's so cheap.
Right?
That's ridiculously cheap. What the fuck?
Beautiful. And usually it's like before 11 you'll get a cheaper ticket, but it was before I think it was before 6. It might have been before 5, but I don't know. So this was a theater that for sure in the summers, without a doubt, I would go in the mornings and just chill out by myself sometimes in a theater. Like no one, because this was a theater that should have closed for some people many years ago. Like it should have been closed a long time ago. It was always, oddly enough, for United Artists, you think it would be very clean, very up to date, whatever. It was very not. So sticky all the time.
Ew.
It wasn't until like its last 2 years they spent a lot of money on the new chairs. Chairs that were very low to the ground, but very fashionable, very nice. But it was my place. Like you couldn't get any better than an $8 movie ticket, or $6.75 movie ticket. So It was a place that I always would chill out, and like I'm not even joking when I said I would be by myself. Like no one would go sometimes. Obviously at
Yeah,
nine.
empty theater.
Yeah, 9 in the morning. See a movie theater by yourself. It's unheard of sometimes. I mean, it happens obviously still, but it's not. It's not as over here. It was almost consistent. At night though, you had the classic lines and stuff. I remember seeing The Force Awakens there. It was the last big movie I got to see there.
Wow.
Force Awakens there, classic. You have to stand on line for your seats. No reserved seating. It was a beautiful experience. It felt like I knew what it was like in 1977 or in 1999. You know.
Wow.
It was that type of like, oh, we're outside. It's cold out, and we're gonna do this. You know.
Right.
And I know you and I and our friend Andrew wound up doing that, Mike, for the Force Awakens the next day.
Yeah.
But we were seeing it in IMAX. It was different. The only thing was our seats were already reserved. We were just waiting out in line just because they didn't let us in yet. But this was different, like no reserved seating. It felt old school, and that's how every time I pictured this theater. I granted it was from a big company, but it felt like your local theater. It felt like it had that feel to it.
It had that feel, yeah. That's like for me in the Pavilion, like when I was still, when I was a kid growing up in Park Slope and the Pavilion was still there. Like that was the only movie theater I pretty much ever went to, with the exception of the one in Brooklyn Heights. I went to a couple of times, but like same thing. The theater wasn't that special, but like I never reserved tickets. Like I was young, so like my mom or dad would buy the tickets, and I saw so many movies there growing up. So it just kind of like has like a special place in my heart, even though the theater, was kind of crappy. Like it was a pretty shitty theater.
I have you guys know my history with movie theaters. My grandpa used to run them when he was a younger man.
Right.
And so I guess the whole love for movies, wherever, stems from that somehow in a weird level in that weird sense. But one of the ones he used to run was the Cobble Hill movie theater, and I'm sure you guys have gone to that.
Yeah.
In Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. And
I don't think I have.
No? Oh, beautiful. It's a OG theater. Back in the day, it only used to have 2 screens, but now it has like 5.
Okay.
My family used to live above the movie theater, and years later, they told them, get the hell out. We're putting more screens up here. So they wound up, doing that. But it's a fun experience. It brings you back to like, except for the pricing, of course, it brings you back to that feeling of, oh, this was what it was like to see a movie back in the 50s or 70s in Brooklyn, because the screen is so far down, and it's straight. It's not it's not stadium seats. So everything's flat. So, and it's like the Pavilion in that sense.
It's like a real classic cinema.
Yeah. And it's a good feel. And it's nothing compared to like an Alamo or like a Regal. And it doesn't have to be, because it is what it is.
No, it's a small level movie theater. It's not like beautiful. A big corporation type.
Talk about good popcorn. You know how good this popcorn is, apparently? My uncle goes there just to get popcorn, and he leaves.
Really?
Oh, what? Really?
Apparently so. I don't know about this. I've never had their popcorn, but he swears by what they do.
Okay.
I'm not even joking. One day we're in the car, and he goes, I need to go get something. And I realize, why is he parking in front of the movie theater? He goes in there, gets popcorn, and leaves.
Oh my God. I've never heard anybody ever do that.
Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about doing that.
Yeah?
100%. I've thought about going into movie theaters if I'm passing by my like local one or other ones.
Yeah.
Just for fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think that's ever come into my head.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I've honestly thought, like, oh, I'm hungry. What can I eat? And I want some fucking popcorn. That's I don't know.
I'll just go to Stop and Shop and.
I've never done it. So
yeah.
But now I feel like it's not a bad thing to do.
It's allowed there, apparently. I guess they don't care.
I mean, most people don't care. You could just go in and buy it, and then.
Well, because the way their theater is set up is like, you could go in, and you don't show your ticket until.
Yeah.
You go into the specific room.
Okay.
And then it's such a small foyer that they don't know whether you're seeing a movie or just chilling out, so they have no idea. Antonio, what is yours? Like, what's your go-to theater?
My go-to theater, like, has to be my local one. It's a Kaufman. It's a UA. It's a Regal.
Yeah.
In Astoria. That's my local one. I love that theater very much so. There was a time where they started being really weird, because like they used to have like normally it's like the theater your uncle was you were telling us about your uncle.
Yeah.
You walk in, you have the tickets placed, you have the tickets if you want to purchase it via credit card and not go through a teller, and you then you pass by and you got like your games, and it's like a little like a resting area or meetup spot, and then you have your concessions in the front, the main concessions, and then you walk towards the back and there's bathrooms and things like that, and then you show your ticket and you go into the theaters over there.
Yeah.
For some reason they for like a few months, I don't know why, they moved the fucking ticket person to the beginning of the front door.
Oh,
So-
that's like the Staten Island United Artists. Oh,
Yeah,
that's near me.
and
Yeah.
that was very, very weird to me, because
Interesting.
if I needed to use the bathroom and I didn't want to purchase a ticket right away, then I can't go through, which is
That's
Oh,
awful.
okay. Yeah.
That's awful. But they went back. I do have one negative experience there though.
Yeah.
It was, I forgot what I was watching. I think I was watching 22 Jump Street with a couple of friends, and I bought my ticket. I bought a physical ticket, right? Obviously, and then they gave it to me, and I put it away in my pocket, and I couldn't find it. And apparently, like, one of the managers came into the theater and was looking for people who didn't.
Snuck in.
Didn't-
Yeah.
Snuck in, and going row by row. Hey, everybody, show me your tickets. And she caught a few people, right?
Oh.
And then they got to my row, and every one of my friends showed up the ticket, and I was looking for mine. Like, I was just genuinely looking for mine.
Yeah.
And then she was giving me a fucking like attitude. Like, she was like,
Oh.
"Yo, sir, you got to get up and you got to leave, well, unless you show me your ticket." I was like, hold on, I'm trying to find it. And I was like, I understand her point of view, but then she started getting more passive aggressive, and instead of passive aggressive, more aggressive towards me. And when you start becoming more aggressive to somebody, then they start to fight back, unless you're
Because you knew you were in the right, so it's like,
Yeah, that's why. If I got caught, I got caught, right? Like that.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. But I purchased my ticket. I spent the $15.
Right.
You're not gonna kick me out of the seat. So when I got up, right, I was disgruntled about it, and I finally found it. I was like, "Here, ma'am," and then and she looked at it. She's like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, you feel stupid now, huh?" And, insert B word here.
And you're like, I don't know what happened in the movie now.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I'm gonna watch that fucking movie.
That must have been a huge distraction, like trying to like
For
have everyone
everybody.
around you anyway.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge.
So
And then I sat down and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking. If I snuck into a movie, right, I'm not gonna buy $20 worth of fucking popcorn, right? Unless it's the second movie that I'm going to see.
yeah, probably
Yeah.
not. You're probably not spending money on anything other than that first ticket, maybe.
Yeah.
Or,
if you're gonna sneak into a movie, you either watch the movie that you are going to. I'm not condoning this.
I mean, I've done
I'm
it.
not telling
I've done it
yeah.
several times. So
I'm not saying you people should do this.
No,
but
definitely not.
This is what happens.
yeah,
Dumb people buy a ticket for a movie they're not going to see. Smart people buy a ticket for a movie they are going to see, and then watch a second movie later on. Because
right.
You get
no,
more bang for your buck.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so strange that happened to you. I feel well. Luckily, they didn't kick you out. Luckily, you did find that ticket.
I was gonna fight everybody.
This is why.
I was gonna catch the hands.
This is why I buy tickets online too now. Like partially because of that reason, and also because it's more convenient for me. I just do it that way.
Not a bad idea. I mean, I buy them obviously because you buy them for us most of the time. But yeah, in the digital world, why physically buy anything, even unrelated? But like, even I get my like tickets when I take Metro North, I don't buy them in person anymore. I buy them through an app.
Like
or
when
anything really.
we
Yeah.
go, usually it's Mike and I. Mike has been to this theater. Antonio, have you been to the one in Staten Island, the big one?
The one at the mall?
No, that's not open yet. The one
Uh,
on like Forest Avenue and stuff. Have you been to that one?
no, no. Anything in Staten, I don't
Okay, so
count me out
it's a
on.
16 seater. It's huge, right?
Wow.
It's 15 plus the RPX, so it's 16.
So
Um,
15 screens plus RPX for this 16.
or it's 16 plus RPX, so it's 7. I have no idea. I'm always confused by
All
the
right, so
writing.
it rounds up to 20 is what we're.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure.
All right, it rounds up to 20.
Yeah,
We're not sure.
add
but,
the
you
extra
know,
seats. No, I know it's called Stadium 16, but like I don't know because like some theaters are like 16 plus. They literally write the plus. But anyway, they do what you were talking about. They do the front, like right when you walk in through those doors, there's someone waiting for you. But what they do, weirdly enough, what they do when there's like a big movie coming out, and it's like Thursday, Friday night, they'll do. There's two entrances, right? Once you enter the place, you could go to theaters numbers 1 through 10 is on the left, or 1 through 6 or whatever is on the left, and then the rest are on the right. And there's two different entrances, and so there's two different clerks. And then the concessions are in between that before you see those clerks. And the bathrooms are right next to those clerks, so it all works out. I see what you're saying. It's that same idea of like, can I just do this first before I go see you? And then I'll
Yeah.
see you?
like even the 42nd one that we usually go to,
Yeah.
it's basically the same thing. Like you purchase your tickets, but there's like no bathrooms or concessions there.
Yeah, you gotta go up
and
those escalators.
You gotta go up the escalators,
That's
and you gotta see
annoying.
the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like just in case, right? I obviously they don't want people loitering and using their facilities and not going to see it. Like I understand
Mm-hmm.
that, but me waiting online for a ticket, or me putting in my shit, or me going through my app to buy something at the time when I just really, really need to use the bathroom is just, to me, is such an inconvenience.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing like buying like McDonald's, Starbucks. You gotta like buy something to use the bathroom. I hate that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, now Starbucks doesn't have that because of the whole,
The incident.
yeah. So you can go into a Starbucks. Like I've been doing it for years, but now,
Yeah.
conscious free, you can go there.
That's
So
good.
going back to like favorite movie theaters, I'm gonna bring up another one that I love. The Lincoln Square one, the AMC on Lincoln Square.
That one's good.
That one I
No.
love,
That one's very good.
but interestingly enough, there was, and I don't know how true this is, and you know how much I don't like mice or rodents.
No one does.
No.
Well, yeah, I know no one. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of people that love them and they don't really mind their presence. But apparently on like Google, I don't know how true this is, but someone wrote like, I hate this place. It's dirty and it has mice. Now, I never had that problem there, but after reading it, I've always been like, oh, that's something to look out for now. I've gone, but
Yeah.
like I've yet to experience it there. But that's just a thing. But what I love about the stadium, and that they do a great job at this theater, is they have themed entrances to each theater.
Do they really?
Do you not remember? Oh my God, it's fantastic. So, yeah, like
I haven't
each
been there in a hot minute, so.
like one of them is like a Egyptian palace. One of them is like very Indian-esque. One of them's very Chinese, or in a sense, or Hawaiian themed, or whatever it may be. Like they all have a theme, to a Roman theme, whatever. Knights and stuff. They all have names too. Each theater is not just theater 1, theater 2. It's like I forget the names, but they do have numbers, but they also have names. And then, of course, the killer in this place is the massive, real IMAX screen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
one of the few real.
It's a legitimate IMAX. It's not one of those Kips Bay AMC theaters. You know who I'm talking to, guys, at Kips Bay. And the new one that's coming to Staten Island Mall, it says AMC IMAX, but we all know it's not real IMAX. It's not real, guys. But anyway,
Bogus IMAX.
it's a now I just registered what you said. I was like, what did you say? Bogus IMAX. Yeah. It's not. It's like buying a 4K television, and it's not. What's the word?
HDR ready.
No, it's not. Mike, what's the word that they use for the Xbox? It's blank 4K. It's
Native.
native 4K. Exactly.
Native 4K, yeah.
It's a native IMAX. It is not a bogus IMAX screen. But that's what I love about Lincoln. Another great theater is Union Square. The is that a United Artists or a Regal, whatever?
I can see to UA. Yeah.
Yeah, so United Artists, same crap.
That's a nice theater. I like that one.
It's really cool.
That one's good.
I like it because it has balconies.
I love balconies.
It has balconies, and that's fantastic. When you want to see a movie and you just want to be alone or not bothered, because most people don't sit up there sometimes, and you just chill out up there. But sometimes you have the assholes that like to sit up there because, they know people aren't going to want to bother to sit up there. So it's like you pick your poison sometimes. You got to be careful. And then, but yeah, no, that's a great place. And I remember, are you guys a fan? Because I know there's so many different premium experiences now. Have you guys
Premium
experienced?
experience.
What do you mean?
So like, you got your RPX, you got your IMAX, you got your 4D, you got your Dolby, you got your Premiere, you got your this new Big D, it's called.
The fun? Nah, I'm not going into some shit they call Big D.
I'm
Get
not
out of
even
here, bro.
joking. I'm not even joking.
No.
You think I'm lying to you?
That's a hard no. I'm not going to any experience that says Big D. I've seen way too much shit on the internet to.
I'm not.
To fathom.
Just trust
I
it.
wish I was lying to you, but AMC has a thing called Digital Big D. Sorry. Enjoy the premium Big D viewing is what it says on their website.
There's websites on the internet you can get free Big D viewing. Trust me.
Experience the digital difference that is Big D. Yeah.
No,
How much is it to experience Big D?
Is that an actual tagline? Please don't tell me that's an actual tagline.
No, it is. I'll link it to you guys in a second.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
and you're gonna love the logo.
it's just a giant. Please don't tell me it's just like a giant red D.
It's green. It's neon.
Oh, it's a big green. That's like fucking Shrek coming down and telling me, mate,
that.
fucking
So,
gotta.
Currently,
Welcome to my swamp.
There's no Big D's in New York.
Why is it called Big fucking D?
That's a meme. That's a meme. Someone meme this.
Right?
This is meme.
No one knows about it yet because it's in like the worst cities. Sorry,
what?
people that live in like Shiloh, Montana, and
it's out in like fucking
Savannah, Georgia, and Canton, Georgia,
multiple cities. Okay.
and Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sorry for those that are listening from these places, but
Not me,
What Big
but-
D? Just reading it, Big D seems to be it's light and sound.
yeah, no, it's stupid. It's just like RPX. It's not worth the extra $4 or $5. Do not do it. What's worth it though, and I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this because I definitely have. The Dolby Atmos experience at AMC theaters. Oh my God, it is so worth the $28. Okay, maybe not worth it, but it's definitely an amazing experience. And if you're an AMC Stubs A-list member, you get that in your account. You get that part of that experience. So like, you get your bang for your buck there beyond like tenfold. The sound is amazing. The crystal clear viewing experience is beautiful. I don't know if Big D's closer to me. I haven't yet experienced it, but it's probably like an RPX. It's probably closer. It's like, oh, better sound, better viewing, but it's not superb. Because think about it.
I want to do the 4D. Like seriously, I want a good movie to see that in.
Yeah. I want to just experience that once.
Same.
I've never experienced a 4D movie theater. I hear that they sprit water in your face and
it's like everything.
Shake your sheet. I mean, shake your seat. God
Shake your
damn.
seat.
Take your sheets. Hey.
God, can't speak. Lord, help me, please.
Yeah, I would love to. We got to figure out a movie to like see that in, to see it in 4D. Because I would definitely want to. I'd be definitely down to do that.
It's I think it's well over 30 too, right? Or it's about
I think 35. I think it's 35 a ticket.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what we're talking about, because there's only 4D theaters in like New York, LA, and maybe Chicago. They're not really all over the place.
Well, no, you know what's funny is that there's a lot more 4D movie theaters outside of the country.
Really?
Like in
Yeah,
like
it's big in
really
China.
weird. Yeah, it's like big in China, big in places like in South America, like Ecuador and
Interesting.
Mexico.
Because I think
Uh,
what's happening is that we've had our theaters in this country obviously for so many years that it's harder to convert. It's much easier if you're making a newer theater in these developing nations or whatever. If you're gonna make a new theater, might as well add. So like I feel like if you're you know what I'm saying. Like in China, they're making a lot
yeah.
new theaters. They're making a lot more new places, so they're already coming with it. So
Oh,
I think that's what's behind it. It's just a theory. I don't really know. But like think about it. You're making in Peru or something. You're making a theater. Might as well throw that in there.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
right, right.
But yeah, it's really popular for all these people. Yeah, I mean, I want to do the 4D. There's also another experience that's out there, but I can't seem to find it, and I'm not gonna know what it is until I really see it. So, but movie. I don't, I'm never gonna look for it. But yeah, so like we've been talking about some good experiences at movie theaters.
Yeah,
What
for
are
the
some
most part.
terrible, fucking weird moments?
The Alpine in Bay Ridge.
Oh my god. Okay, pause. No joke. Everyone who's listening to this episode, pause. Go on your Googles. I sound like an old man. Go on your little old timey contraptions. Look up Alpine Alpine Theater, Brooklyn, New York. You are gonna just vomit. I'm sorry. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking bad theater. Like that is a nasty ass theater. Like
Why is it?
sticky
Oh God.
seats, broken seats.
Tony, you're basically sitting on the floor. That's how low the seats are.
It's just like really low, and the theater, like the screen is like a 50-inch. It's like the 55-inch TV. Like the
Yeah.
size of the projector.
It's
It's tiny, a tiny ass projector screen.
and they have the audacity to charge you regular theater prices.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's the dinkiest friggin' theater ever.
Now, talk about a place that is probably running rampant with mice.
Oh
It's,
yeah, without a doubt.
That's mice? Ew.
no.
What
I,
the
I
fuck?
mean, nor confirmed nor denied, but if you walk into this place, it's the first thing you think of. Like, you
Oh
don't even
wow.
feel comfortable walking in. You do not feel comfortable walking into this place. You just feel like you're like, like a subway used to look like in the '80s, all graffitied up
Yeah.
and stuff. That's
Hmm.
basically how you feel when walking into one of these theaters.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know how it's still opened. I saw
Damn.
Deadpool there for like when like my last viewing of Deadpool was like my third time seeing it in theaters.
Right.
I saw it there. My uncle that loves the popcorn brought me and my aunt there, and because he was like, "Oh, we're gonna go see a movie," and I'm thinking, "Oh, cool, we're staying in Brooklyn." I thought we were going to like Court Street or
Yeah.
Cobble Hill. Nope,
Right.
he brought us there, and I was because
Does he know? Does he know that the movie theater sucks ass?
I
Like,
think what happened was because I think he underestimated how popular Deadpool was and how probably Court Street was sold out. I think that's what happened. And I think he didn't realize, and then maybe times didn't work out. And I guess this place was the only one that made sense, obviously, because no one goes there. So, and then the theater was playing the movie, but like old timey TVs would turn on and it would start from a little dot or like a line and it would open up.
yeah.
So imagine it never opening up and it just staying really thin at like 3 inches height, and
Oh jeez.
So I was watching trailers at like maybe it was about a foot in height, and I'm like, what is going
What's wrong with
on?
these people?
And I'm like, I gotta talk to a manager, and he's like, no, they'll probably fix it. And I was like, I don't think so.
They never fixed it, did they?
No, they wound up doing it because 3 people got up and were like, what is
Thank
going
God for
on?
those people.
Yeah, I wound up didn't have to doing that, not having to do that. Same thing happened to me once. I was going to see Pitch Perfect 2, and
Okay.
the trailers were on, but there was no sound. What was playing was like Neo, because like it was like
What?
Wait, hold up. Like Neo, like
Neo.
like the R&B artist.
Yeah, not the guy from the Matrix, the artist. So like when you go to like Regal and they play commercials, or any theater
Yeah.
now, they play commercials
Yeah.
and then they play trailers. So
Yeah.
the music from the commercial section was still playing.
Jesus.
Because like this theater would play like, like when you go to the movie theater and it's like who's this actor? And it's like black and white, and you see their silhouette.
Yeah.
So they were
Yeah.
playing stuff like that, and then so that stopped, and then trailer started, but then the music was still playing,
Oh god.
and then it was like Despicable Me 3 or whatever was coming out. I don't know. And some other movies were playing, and I was like, all right, we're about 3 trailers in, no sound, just music. I think it's time to warn the manager. I went to the manager, and he freaked out. He literally ran upstairs to the projection room and was like, I'll handle this myself. He was like Superman. It was great.
He was like Superman.
He's like, I'll do this. I literally felt like he ripped his chest open and he showed an S. Like that's what I thought. He was like, I'm gonna save the day, and he went up and he fixed it. I was like, just in time, because the movie there was no trailer after that. It was the movie. I was like, oh, thank God.
Thank God for this dude.
I was
saving the day.
Yeah, like he was spot on. I wish I know where he's at now so I can give him a cookie. But yeah.
For his hard work.
What'd you say?
Say for his hard work and cookie for all his hard work.
I thought you said Chris Hardwork, and I'm like, Mike, it's Chris Hardwick, and why are you bringing him up? I was very confused there.
Not at all.
Other bad experiences, like what about like I've been to a theater where the seats are like literally falling apart.
That was the pavilion. It was practically broken seats. Sticky seats are the worst.
I had only seen one movie or 2 movies there. No, 3. I saw 3. I saw. Do you guys remember the Barnyard movie or something?
Barnyard movie?
It was like an animated Disney movie.
Yeah.
With the cow. He was like the main.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was called Barnyard. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Barnyard, yeah.
So I
I
saw
don't think I've ever
that.
seen that.
I saw that there. I was 2006. I was like 11. I saw something else there, and then I saw Captain America, Civil War there. That was the last. Like that was when they were closing. Wow. Like that was at the time they were like, we're giving up. This is it. And then they were closing doors. And now it's what? It's like a bar now or something. What's the deal with the place?
I'm not sure.
I think they were trying to revitalize it. I don't know.
I think they were trying to get like contractors in there to renovate it, but I'm not exactly sure what the status of it is right now.
That's going to do it for us here at Facts Not Included. This was part 1 of our movie theater experiences. Part 2 is going to be coming out next Friday. Stay tuned for that. Please make sure you are following us on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else on social media, and letting your friends know about Facts Not Included. We are everywhere podcasts are available. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.